Well, welcome to another curling contest from the Wausau Curling Club as part of the Wisconsin State High School Curling Championships here in Wausau with Margaret Erickson. Next to me, I'm George Hirsch, and we're set for Game 3 of this round robin, and we're going to feature Neenah and Wausau West. And Neenah's record coming in the round robin is 0-2. And Wausau West at 1-1. So West still has a chance to hit the finals and play for the championship later in the day. This is the 8 o'clock start. Again, like yesterday, we had 4 different contests. The arrangement's a little bit different on the ice, but the rest of it's the same as we move forward. And Margaret, with the Wausau West team background, Neenah's got their hands full.
Yeah, absolutely. Wausau West is a really strong team. In particular, when I've played them, I've noticed they work really well as a team, and that's probably one of the most important things in curling, is just working together and being able to make your shots and trusting the shots your skip gives you.
Well, Margaret, you're a senior, right?
Yes, I'm a senior.
Okay. Now, the girls' roster for West, their lead is Lauren Ballo. Allison Kurth is the second. The vice skip or third is Maya Hoff. Might be Maya.
Maybe.
Maya. Okay, and Ellie Wendling, familiar name
Yeah.
and curling around these parts, is their skip. So, yeah, the Wendling family, they've had an unbelievable year, traveling with very strong competition and doing very well. So, they can be proud of where they are, and she's just going to carry on that tradition.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know going against that, seeing Wendling as the last name of the rink you're against, that's definitely intimidating.
Sure. And then for Neenah, this is a veteran team as well. Hannah Carker is their lead. Della Ferguson, second. Vice skip or third, Ella Surprise. And Aubrey Oitzinger is the junior. Now, she's the skip. The other 3 are seniors, which is a little unusual, but I'm sure they have their reason. So let's pick up things as we bring them on the ice. We're underway. We started with, I think, we're in N3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Okay, there's your beginning. Wausau West with a 2-0 lead after 2 ends.
Yeah, absolutely. Neenah's just got to make sure that they try and break West's momentum here while it's still early on. Otherwise, West can just keep stacking the points.
2-0 West. We'll look at the scoreboard and we'll figure out, okay, which end they did the 2, where they had 1 in each, and we'll pick it up as far as that is concerned. Right now, we've got some red.
Sitting 3 there.
Mm-hmm. Now, how about the scoring part of this? They're sitting 3, but how many points? How many count do they have right there?
They have 3 count stones, or 1 count stone. That's going to be
Yeah.
your closest stone in the house to the center, which is the button. But if the Neenah team, yellow here, scores a point with their stone closer than one of their others, that'll negate any points that are further than it.
Okay, well, it's easier to keep track of this because Wausau West is the red. Neenah is the yellow, and right now we've got 3 in the house red. And as Margaret mentioned here, that doesn't mean there are 3 points for them in count. But again, it's early in the end, so it'll be a while. Right now, the second shot coming up for Neenah. Well, they sort of have uniforms.
Yeah.
For Neenah. I mean, there's no set uniform for high school curling, at least in this event. the state curling championship. But you see a little bit of everything. You see teams with nice jersey, letter jackets, all the same, and then you see the individualism in some of the others.
Yeah, absolutely. Most teams that I know at least try and match something on their team. So I can see here West has got some matching
Right.
vests.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sometimes the curler after the release they follow. Sometimes like that particular one, she just kind of stepped aside.
Mhm.
Sometimes it depends on how they feel about their toss. Well, they got things across the hog line. They've got some guards out in front.
Yep.
So I'm going to be counting on you as we go along here for a lot of strategy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So according to our board, this is the second shot for the third for Neenah.
Yeah.
So that'd be Ella Surprise.
Let's see. She's got some good weight here. I didn't quite see the call, but it would seem they're going for either a draw or a raise. Trying to get something further in the house. Yeah, there's that raise.
Well, from the above camera, and this is game 5 for me in this weekend. You really can't tell because the camera angle above, as valuable as it is, it really isn't like the two that are in the 8-foot. It's hard to tell
Yeah.
the count, and as we've been surprised a couple times. Okay, now we're out to the skips. Yeah, you can tell. This is Skip Wendling. First toss for her. She's got her routine in the hack,
Yeah.
placing herself. This young lady's been curling since she could toss a rock, probably.
Yeah. And you can tell she clearly knows what she's doing.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
John Wendling, the teacher at West, the coach at West, is in charge of this event. And it's well run.
Oh, yeah.
And this facility's second to none. So it's just a great place for the state tournament to be held. Well, we don't have much in the house.
Not really. It's still kind of anyone's game.
First shot coming up for the skip for Neenah now, and that's Aubrey Oitzinger, their lone junior.
Almost looks like they're going for another raise there. Just try and tap that stone that they already have back into the 4-foot.
Well, the hammer belongs to Neenah, so
True.
they're trying to set up, and again, they're looking ahead. So this is game 1. And yesterday you had the boys all competing at once, and then the girls, and boys and girls. Today, the first 4 rinks are girls competition, and the others 5 through 8 are boys competition. And then at 10:30, I think it's 10:30 is the second round. Then
Yes.
they get into rotating the other teams. So not all the girls teams are playing right now. Not all the boys, just half.
Yeah.
And the other half, they can sleep in and come in and play the second game.
Or come in and watch ahead at the team they're going to be playing.
Yeah, and that's not unusual.
Looks like they're going just for a nice, easy draw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty open house.
Yeah. I don't think there's many guards up either.
Okay. Ella Wendling's last toss, or release as they prefer to leave it. And like any sport, they have their routine, which helps them get into rhythm, comfort level. Whether it be curling or tennis, or they have their routine.
Yeah, you gotta get in the zone before you play
Exa-
your game.
That's a good use of the term zone. Is
That was a beautiful draw. The weight is perfect there.
well, there you are. So they might have 3 in,
Yeah.
but 2 for sure. But again, Neenah has the hammer, and we're talking about Aubrey Otzinger, their skip, and they're talking about it now. The vice skip takes over with the directions on the other end when the skip is doing their bit. And so those two on the team, that's really, they must be good communicators.
Yeah. You gotta get along well with your third, otherwise you'll probably have some friction there trying to call your shots.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're ready for the last rock of end 3. With West up 2-0. We've had some really good games that we've covered yesterday out of the 4. There were, out of the 4, 3 ended up, I think, out of the 4 in the last rock.
Yeah, I believe so.
And I know one was like 7-0, and it ended up that same team that was ahead 7-1 or nothing won 9-8 or something like that. So you never know how it's going to develop. You can just be okay. They're going to set up. Oh,
Ooh.
they got 4.
Yeah, 4 red it's looking.
Now, would that be that big a mistake for their skip? I don't.
Honestly, it could be the smallest thing especially with raises. If you're just ever so slightly narrow or wide, you can completely move what stone you're hitting. I know the skip's probably kicking herself a little bit on that.
I would think so. Yeah. Well, could she not have just put a draw in there? I can't see the guard, so I don't know what that part would play, but that that was a bad shot.
I know I've played skip before, and I would usually do, my coaches yelled at me, I would play it too safe, as I would always do the safest, easiest shots.
Okay.
Even when there was probably a better shot to do. Which didn't always work in my favor, but sometimes it's good to be playing it safe.
Okay, so now instead of 2-0, you know, if that skip for Neenah did something well, they could have even scored.
Yeah, they could have.
And this way, they lose 4 points, so it's 6-0 after 3. I mean, what a change! But that's curling.
Curling's a fast-paced sport. It doesn't look like it because it's all on ice.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look away for just a minute, something can change.
Well, we saw that.
Yeah.
All right, we're back to N4 with the leads now. And Neenah obviously still has the hammer because they haven't scored yet.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, on the first end. But this is a release for Lauren Ballo for Wausau West. I'm wrong. This is Neenah's first. That's right. They have the hammer.
Yeah.
Laura has already had her first rock out on the ice. There's your scoreboard, and you don't see anything in yellow because they haven't scored.
Yeah, absolutely. At this point, curling's a very mental game. You can't let yourself be upset for too long, otherwise you won't be focusing on your shots. You can still come back from 6-0. You just got really focused on trying to break Wausau West's momentum here. Mm-hmm. That's the big thing.
Yeah, and again, and I do that maybe too often, but I compare it to other sports. It's like hitting a home run or giving up a home run as a pitcher, like in softball. Uh, you're always focusing on the now and with an eye on the future. Same thing in curling.
Yeah.
Bad shot like she had that first one, she's got to get over it.
It's a new end. It's a clean house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Start fresh.
It's like Neenah's going in for a draw here.
This is Hannah Carker, their lead.
That's a nice shot sitting right there.
Now there, yeah, that there again, which one is closer to the button? It's so close, but by the time it's over, this end is over, it won't be there probably.
Probably not.
Okay. Well, discussion is going on, mostly gesture, but they're used to it.
Yeah. You'll see a lot of teams, they have hand signals with each other so they don't have to scream across ice. Although it does end up looking a little silly.
Yeah. But they all have their technique. She showed really good concentration and release on that.
Yeah, she zeroed in on where the skip's having the broom. And it's a good shot. It's paying off. Ooh. Just a little off there, though.
Yeah. And that angle is so important when the actual action, you've got the sweepers, they can help. You've got the weight to determine. There's so many factors by the time they get down the other end in the house. That was the first shot for West, that Allison Kurth. So now we're the Neenah girl, the second, Della Ferguson. 3 seniors on this team for Neenah, 2 seniors and 2 juniors for West. The defending state champion in curling for the girls was Poynette last year. In fact, if I look at the roster, the winners, and they've got the history here. The history for girls goes back to 1976. And the last time Wausau West won the state girls was 2011. And Appleton East, I don't think Appleton East has a team every year. And I think they're not called a co-op, but they have girls from some of the other schools in the Appleton area be a part of it.
I believe so, yeah.
I think I can remember that. Yeah, the last time was 2011. The boys, on the other hand, started in 1959, and the defending champion from last year, Stevens Point. No surprise there, either West or Point now.
Both have really strong programs.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, some of these smaller schools have an advantage here because they have smaller teams. That means they can work longer, more ice time, and more time with the coach.
Yeah. Well, here you've got your Everest.
Yep.
West, East, all practicing in this beautiful facility. But when you're practicing, you have a sheet of ice, and you have a coach, and the rest of this is just dressing.
Yeah.
Beautiful dressing, but,
It's nice for bonspiels, but what you need is the ice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're lucky, though. We have a really great ice here, and the ice maintenance people are very good about keeping it.
And I might add, they're all voluntary.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a log of volunteers here that they keep. They keep a log of it. And it's unreal how many hours some of these, like the Schaefer family now, they named the bleachers after the Schaefer family. 3 generations of curlers put in a total of 90 years.
Wow.
Among them. So think about that. I mean,
yeah,
that's averaging over 20 years each. Yeah. Okay, back on the ice. Here we go, the second shot for the second for Neenah Ferguson.
Looking like a takeout.
Certainly enough weight.
Yeah. That was beautiful.
Well, it did. Yeah, it did do what it was planning on doing. Even though West still has the counts, it's open. And so, what do you think's going to happen now with Maya Hoff? What is her goal as she lets go of the rock?
Honestly, they're probably going to keep trying to stack as many stones as they can in the house.
Okay.
Because then Neenah will have a hard time trying to decide what shots to take and which ones to take out. That, or they could be guarding up the stones they already have if they want to go on the defensive there. That's looking like what they're doing here.
Yeah, it looks more like a guard, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, they've got two in good places. One of them already has a natural guard, which would take a little more effort and skill to get out.
Yeah, definitely. And West is already up 6, so they don't have to worry too much about being...
Okay. Here's the second shot for the third, or by skip for Neenah. A surprise. You know, if you kept these rosters, the girls' rosters, the boys' rosters from year to year, you could really take a look at the study. You could do some study on how long they stay in the program. You know, a lot of it's families, so that's kind of a given. Well, that's
just missed it.
Yeah, that was out of play, back line, beyond. When I look at this now, this could be a quick one because it's just falling apart for Neenah. I mean, that last rock is an example. The last thing you want to do is just go right through and out of play. I mean, it's not even a factor.
Yeah, absolutely. And with them, they lost both of their games yesterday, so they're probably not feeling their best right now.
Right, yeah. Well, we wanted to make sure we got the West girls team, you know, because we have to pick for what we broadcast, and we like to keep it as local as possible, making sure that Everest, East, West are in. And then we'll, like yesterday, we did Marshfield, Stevens Point. We did East Medford, and then we try also to balance the boys and the girls. So out of the 8 games that we cover, it's 4 apiece. But sometimes you can't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we're getting down to the end now. First rock for Whitesinger, the skip for Neenah. Now, right now, we're in N4. But as you look at this 6-0, Neenah needs a couple of points.
Yeah, absolutely.
They can't give up anymore. I mean, there was a team that came back from 7-zip yesterday and almost won, 9-8, as I mentioned. But that's the first time I've seen something like that. It's not going to happen all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. They honestly either need to get West down to just a few points rather than, I think they're sitting 3 right now, or they need to score some points themselves.
Oh, nice release. Plenty heavy.
Yeah, it's looking like a good weight here.
It could cause some damage or it could go right through. Well, it didn't really do what she wanted either.
No, not really.
It's still, I'm still seeing 3 count for red from the vantage point.
Yeah, I believe that's right.
Sometimes you see the red rock in the red in the 4 foot, and you don't really see it until you really concentrate. Okay, last rock for Ella. Wendling.
She's either going in for a guard, which is what I would do in this situation, was try and guard up the stones I already have. Or she could be going in for that draw.
Yeah, this is N4. This is early. And we're reaching the midpoint. Yeah, Margaret, last year, I remember, I think we did 7 games. Out of that 7, 5 were handshakes before end 8. We just picked, this is looking like it's another one of those.
Yeah.
We just picked games, and you can't predict, you know, what's going to happen. You can have favorites, yeah, but.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is barely in play, but I mean, in their situation, it's kind of so what.
Yeah, they're not. I know they're not worried going into this.
No. Okay, what is Leutzinger going to do now? They need at least. They need to get one here.
Yeah.
Just get one. And it's open. I mean,
Yeah.
they could draw, you know, there's a port here and a port there, and, you know, they can.
They could draw on either side. I think what they're trying to do here is draw in there. And then if she's too narrow, she might tap back their Yellowstone there in the 12-foot.
Okay.
It's good to have those plan B shots. Because you never know when you could do those tiny little mistakes.
Well, in a situation like this, I would think you would take the route to do the most damage, but also fits the skill of the player.
Yeah.
You know, what they are good at or best at. You can see the scoreboard indicates nothing for Neenah yet.
She's got good focus, though. You can see it on her face.
Yeah, she. Well, they're going to pick it up a little bit. Looks like it has enough weight to do something.
They're going in to sit on that red. Just like that. That was beautiful.
Now, see that? That's a good shot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an example of a good shot. So instead of losing 3 or potential losing 3, they picked one up.
Yeah.
So good. I'm glad. It's a better competition.
I know. I always have the habit of rooting for the underdogs.
Well, I do too. And to me, high school sports, it's healthy in so many ways. But one thing you want to have is when you compete, you want to think you have a chance to win.
Yeah.
And if they'd lost that end, that would have disappeared. But now they know they can score. She knows she can do her job. And, you know, they're much more in it. So at the end of 4 now, it is West 6, Neenah 1. And there's still a ray of hope for Neenah as we go into the N5. And with that result now, West has the hammer.
True. Yeah.
So Neenah's lead Hannah Carker as they quickly go to N5.
Starting off with a nice guard here.
Yeah, that was their goal, and that's where they are. Yeah, that last shot for Oettinger, really, you couldn't ask for anything better.
No, it was perfect.
Maybe that's why she's a skip.
Absolutely, the skip's job. You got to be able to perform under pressure.
Yeah. Great. Okay. You can see the bleachers filling up this morning.
Yeah, a lot of people here for an 8 a.m. game.
Yeah, I was surprised at the parking lot. It was full.
Yeah.
Well,
Also, West starting off strong here with a draw right away in the house.
and they're going to accomplish that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, there it is. So it's guard, draw. We'll see. Some of these are just take out, take out, take out. I don't see that happening here.
No. Well, the takeout games aren't as fun to play.
Well, yes, and I think the boys love it more than the girls do in some respects. Or when in doubt, take out. I mean, it's just part of the deal. Well,
that was a nice shot.
That was a nice shot. See, now, isn't that interesting? Now, Neenah's had some really, 3 in a row now shots that indicate, they do have some skills.
Oh, yeah.
They're down 6-1, but they have some skill. Maybe they'll show it more now.
Yeah, hopefully.
Settle down a little bit.
They're probably feeling a lot more calm going into this end than they were going into 4.
Yeah.
Got some sweeping here for the curl. Trying to keep it on line. And it worked out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, still 1 count. As long as it's part of the circle. 1 count sitting in there for Neenah. As we go to the first release for Della Ferguson for the Rockettes. No, they're not the Rockettes. Well, isn't it the Neenah Rockets? Their nickname is the Rockets, isn't it?
I believe so. Isn't that their mascot?
Yeah, so then why wouldn't it be Rockettes? Huh? Could be.
Just a thought.
I don't know where they come up with that stuff, but...
Well, I don't know where they got DC Everest evergreens.
I like it, though.
Yeah.
I like that. I do. To me, it's... there's no controversy involved.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's just,
It's a tree.
Well...
Can't go wrong.
Also, I had a son and daughter go through there, and 2 granddaughters go through Everest.
Yeah.
So I've got the background there.
Makes it interesting when our rivals are the Lumberjacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a natural for a float, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Football float. Okay, the release.
I think they're going right away for a draw here, too. But it looks a little light.
This is Allison Kurth. Okay. Well, every time you look at the circle, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
Because you put, 16 rocks in an end. They're not all going to be lined up the same, ever.
No, not at all. You got to really think fast, too, with your shots. There's no actual time limit for high school games.
Right.
But usually you're looking 15 minutes is what we're told for each end by our coaches.
Sure.
So that's less than a minute a stone. So things change very fast.
Yeah, and that makes sense. You're looking at 16 stones a minute, that's 15 minutes. Sometimes it takes up to 20.
Yeah.
And in the beginning of the matchup competition, maybe it's 12 minutes they're done. When they get down to 7 and 8, it takes a little more time because it's more important.
Oh, yeah.
Every rock is important, but it gets to be a little more focus on what they're doing.
It's a good hit and stick there with West. They're right behind the guard that Neenah had up, too.
Yeah. Okay. Again, you can see the bleachers behind, and I like the idea of the coaches back behind the glass. I think that gives the curlers a chance to develop personalities and temperaments into a team, which is critical.
Yeah,
I think the coaches like it too.
I think so.
You see them back there, and usually they're not alone. They want to have somebody they can
Yeah.
chat with and bounce off ideas and evaluate what's going on. Parents do that too, of course.
Oh yeah.
Shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
I know it's less stressful for me that everyone's behind the bleachers. I know my mom is a whistler. She's a yeller.
Uh-huh.
She loves to support, and that can be really stressful when you hear everyone yelling and.
Yeah. No, it's quiet. I mean,
Yeah.
we're upstairs, in the loft. And all we know what's going on is on the monitor in front of us. That's it. We don't know anything else about down below the ice, the 8 ices, the rinks, sheets.
Yeah.
But toward the end, we'll be hearing cheering. Sometimes for a really important good shot, sometimes for victory. It's still.
It's 1 west now, it looks like.
Yep. As we're moving along to the thirds now, by skips. And this is Neenah. Ella Surprise. Yeah, it seems to me Neenah settled down. Just watching this end, they're doing more things right after that one last shot last time.
Yeah. Like that was a really good shot there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what it was called, but
No, but
it worked out.
it's still 1 count red.
I think that red's wide open now too. So West might be
Yeah,
throwing
that was
up a
part
guard.
of it. Yeah. Okay. Second shot for Maya Hoff. Well, seen some sweeping, and I know I couldn't do it ever. Sweep like they do and not touch the rock. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a skill in itself.
It takes a lot of we do lots of sweeping drills during
Sure.
practices.
I would think so, yeah.
It's interesting. I love watching all the different types of sweepers because there's tons of ways you can be holding your broom, and
Mm-hmm.
I know personally I've been told I look a little weird when I sweep because I get down towards the edge of my broom so I can really get all my weight into it.
You're a little more intense about it.
Yeah.
Is basically what you're saying, yeah.
Well, I mostly played skip, so
Sure,
I
right.
only have that short burst of
Exactly.
distance that I'm sweeping for.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Well, we're down to the skips. Speaking of skip, and West has the hammer, so Neenah's Maya Hoff. No, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Ella, Aubrey Otzinger, who finished the last end with a really nice shot to save them, at least momentarily.
Yeah. See what she does this shot. They're probably going to be playing more defensive this round because they don't have the hammer.
Yeah. It might be.
It
Oh,
was a tad
boy.
light there.
Yeah, it's still 1 count.
Yeah.
Still 1 count. Well, let's see what Ella does. Ella, one thing. With her first shot. And they have the hammer, so West has a chance to tack on 2 or 3.
Oh, yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised.
I would not. It's probably what they're going for. It looks like a draw, I think.
Well, she's going to head down and head to the hack and see what she does. Yeah, she'll go through her routine. All right.
She's really focused in for this shot.
She is, as you can tell. All right. The sweepers are waiting for instructions. And they give it a little bit.
Looks like they're going to nick that yellow there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's still just the 1 red.
Yeah, 1 count remains in the 8-foot. Or white. Okay, last shot. Whitesinger. Skip for Neenah. Again, you look at that scoreboard. The score is still 6-1. Pretty easy to read that one.
Yeah, they're really talking about this shot too. I think they're trying to keep up. They want to keep scoring, even if it's just 1 point and end.
Right. Well, there's a lot of rocks out in front on this end that they have to work with. But there are openings, there are ports, there are places they can go.
They can get through as long as they just make their shots.
Mm-hmm.
I have a great coach, Tom, who that's what he says every time we call a timeout. He'll say, just make your shots. That's the biggest thing in curling.
Well, and coaches, I've overheard a couple of them after a game, and maybe the boys or girls lost, and and basically a lot of coaches will say, you had your opportunities, you missed your opportunities.
Yeah.
And the main thing is you had your opportunities, and that's what we're working toward, getting an opportunity. Well, now West has an opportunity to get even 3 here, if they choose to. And this is Wendling with the hammer. And the more you are skilled in the game of curling, the hammer means more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, if you were a really skilled, you do more, and if you have the last opportunity, it makes sense. So let's see what Ella comes up with.
Going right into it.
Yeah, she's
got some good weight.
She's being aggressive here.
Yeah.
This could do something.
Right through that port. Got a little roll off of their original.
No, they got two points. So now it is 8-1 end of 5.
Yeah. Again, Neenah could still come back if they play really well.
Yeah.
But that's a big distance between those numbers.
Well, the thing right now, at the end of 5, they've got 3 possibilities. They might as well go again.
Yeah.
The handshake looks like it's coming, but they might as well go again. And this is a situation, this is a tournament. Winners move on now after the round robin, and they're not going to move on. So for them, this is their tournament finish. They become
Yeah.
spectators. So why not see what they can do? And they know they're playing against one of the better teams.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this now they have the hammer back, Neenah. So the first ice rock is Lauren Ballo, senior for West. Yeah, 8-1 is up until yesterday. I said that, well, even yesterday that was 7-0 after 3. So, this is a couple more ends and down by 7. That's different.
Yeah. West seems to have a more offensive strategy usually. They curl in and they start with a draw right away rather than stacking up some guards, which Neenah's been throwing guards, so it's...
Well, guards aren't going to work now.
No, not at all. They're nice, they help, but...
Well, they need to get in the house as many rocks as they can.
Like that one, that's not bad, but it's a little too fast.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, that was a plan, and it just, just a little bit too much weight. But she came close. Second rock for Lauren Ballo. She has good form and concentration. You can see it on her.
Yeah, a lot of the girls on both teams seem to really be concentrated. They're both... Well, this is a make or break it game for Wes, and Neenah, this is their last game, as you said. So they both have things on the line here.
Okay. Couple of count for red. Really? So Lauren did her job. They wanted to put pressure on immediately, and she did. And this is Hannah Carker, her second toss.
The house is still wide open, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, thinking of the score and the situation, it surprises me a little bit, but they're going to fill it.
Yeah.
It's open, and they're going to fill it. I mean, that's in the house. Maybe cut off 1 point count for West. But.
Yeah.
And we move along to the first release for Allison Kurth. Yeah, I'm not surprised there are no guards out there. This is a nice shot.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
West there has all of their stones in a nice line, which makes it really hard for Neenah to try and take any of those out or nestle themselves in there.
Right. Yeah, you don't see that often. I've seen it a couple of times this weekend tournament. But to line it up this early and put the pressure on because we're like exactly what you're talking about, that's the skill.
Yeah.
And working at that. Neenah's first shot for their second. Ella Ferguson. Well,
didn't really do much there, but
no. Allison Kurth, her second shot. She didn't waste any time getting in the hack either. Just waste, she knew what she wanted to do. They wanted to do.
Yeah.
And they did it.
They're just trying to pack the house at this point.
Yep. And she did it.
Yeah. It's still wide open though.
Yeah, you look at it from up above. It is open, and there are, if you really want to scatter stuff, it's there. Just see what happens. And when you're down 8-1, why not? Sometimes that's what you do. But we've got, half of our rocks left yet, so.
There we go.
Little draw.
It's a nice little raise there.
Yeah, and raise, yeah.
I don't know if that's what was called, but it cut him down to one, yeah.
One count. Mm-hmm. Well, I think they can move on if they can score. If they can score, if Neenah can score a couple, we can move on. There would be a glimmer of hope. Well,
yeah.
If they're outscored here.
There aren't a lot of ends left.
Yeah.
So this is their opportunity now to turn it around.
Right. Well, that's interesting.
I think it's still one red though.
Yeah, didn't change that.
Yeah.
Count. Mm-hmm. First release now for Ella Surprise by skip for Neenah. Well, satisfied till now with weight.
Yeah.
Hey.
That
Nice.
was a good shot.
Nice. Yeah, now it's one count for Neenah. But potential's there to get more.
That's what they're hoping for, I would think.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it, but it's been a close game. Neenah's hanging on tight behind Wes there.
Well, I was just thinking about that. Neenah's not that bad.
No.
I mean, they've had, especially their third and their skip, those two, I mean, they've had some really nice shots. Yeah, they just got behind the, early, and that one end really, and they had an opportunity there to maybe only lose one or two, but
no,
that's not what happened. Second shot for Ella Surprise.
going in with some sweeping here. It looks a little slow if it were a draw.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be what they wanted.
No.
Anything but. Well, the house is. It's, there are opportunities. There are some openings, some ports, some options.
Well, and with this many stones in the house, there are more shots you can make, many different raises.
Mm-hmm.
With a team like Wes's, I'm sure they could do some really fancy raises. It's not as complicated.
Well, this is Wendling's first skip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, looking at it, what do you think they're going to be trying to do?
It looks like the shot they called is going for another draw.
Mm-hmm.
West has had they've been working really well with the rolls of their shots, so when they hit another stone, where that original stone that they threw slides out to. So I don't know if maybe they'll go in. I see there's a yellow stone, I believe it's in the 12-foot. They might try and get a roll off of that closer into the 4-foot there.
Okay.
Got good weight to it.
Neenah has the hammer, so they still have an opportunity here yet to make this a contest. But they have to do it on this end.
It's a nice clean draw in,
Yeah,
but just a tad heavy.
Yeah. Still 1 count for Neenah. Well, we still have 3 rocks left. Okay. See what I mean by taking a little more time?
Yeah.
Once you get down to the skips, and of course, you know, you're switching there, so the vice skip is taking over.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that you communicate that.
Yeah, at that point, the vice skip and the skip are going to be talking a lot about both all the different opportunities and shots that you can make.
Yeah.
And I know you'll also be discussing the ice and how your players have been doing. Because you got to keep thinking ahead in curling, both with the shots you're making and what you're going to be doing next end, too.
Okay, second shot coming up for Oetzinger. She's had some good shots.
Yeah. Looks like they're doing a similar shot that West just threw a nice guard or draw through that port.
Well, they're satisfied with the weight.
I think it's got him sitting 2 there.
Yeah.
That was a great shot.
Yeah, that was a nice shot because not only the fact that it's a count in there, but it's a little protected.
Yeah. Can't really take that out without messing up your own stones in the back there.
So now let's see what Ella Wendling does. She knows what she wants to do.
Yeah. She took no time in deciding.
Yeah. Down to the, whether this continues on or not, in my mind, depends on the next couple of rocks.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
You know?
In a regular game, usually you would try and play until 8 ends, even if you lose by a ton.
Yeah. But it
Just
is
for
a tournament.
practice.
Now, we did have one situation yesterday where they played it out.
Yeah.
Which was fine. If both teams agree on that, that's fine. In fact, there's a reason for it because of the experience factor.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Even if you lose by a ton, you still want to. I know personally, I just want to be on ice. I like to curl.
Yeah, exactly. Now look at what Ella just did.
She sat right on the stone they just threw.
And
I can't tell if they're count though.
it's down to 1 at most.
Yeah.
But still, Oetzinger has an opportunity here to pick up one more. Not an easy shot.
She made a similar shot before though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Last rock, N6, 8-1, West in the lead. So it's either going to move on with an 8-2 or 8-3 or go the other direction.
They're like satisfied. Yeah, they're going in with the sweeping here. just a little bit too wide there.
Now we'll see. From above, you can't really tell. But the skips have to agree on it, correct?
Oh, the thirds, I believe.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, the vice skips, yeah.
Yeah.
They have all those jobs. The scoreboard,
I don't know what they decided there.
I don't either.
I know when they have to measure stones, when they decide which one they throw the color in the middle,
We
so
haven't
you
seen
can
it.
tell.
We haven't seen the measuring device. Looks like they're going to play on.
Yeah.
Well, they get one.
Is it Neenah too?
Yep. At least that's what we're showing here on our monitor and our scoring system.
Yeah.
So the folks at home that don't really understand the normal Scottish method for curling, they can read this one.
Makes it easy.
Yeah, it does. It does. So it's 8-2. Mathematically, they're still in.
No, they have 2 more ends they can work with.
Yeah.
Neenah just needs to be more aggressive with it, I think.
Yeah, they were almost, I don't necessarily think so, but they were almost playing there to stay involved.
Yeah.
Not taking too many chances. Let's get a point or two, and they did. They got one. Okay, quickly into N7 now we go. And West has a hammer.
Yes.
That could play big before this end is over. So this is Lauren Barlow, her first shot.
And we've seen it the rest of the game. West is good about packing that house just full of their stones.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it hard for Neenah to maneuver around them. And it looks like they're going for a very similar strategy here. Just a little light though.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now we move back to Hannah Carker for Neenah, her second shot for the lead. They're playing on to N7, and they're starting out quickly.
Yeah.
It's like they've already decided this is going to be our strategy for Neenah. They know what they need to do, and West knows how to counter.
And they're getting it in the house, and that's nice. It's partially covered too by that shot West threw.
Yeah, that's close enough for a count.
Yep.
Laws is touching. Yeah, I think, Margaret, you can see what I was saying before. They gave that one to Neenah, the up above camera. You really can't tell. I mean, it's not close enough, and the angle may not be there, because when I looked at it, it was a call for them to make, because I couldn't say yes or no.
Yeah.
And I stopped doing that because I was wrong a few times earlier in a couple of other games.
I know with really close stones, personally I would take the time to measure it even if you're pretty sure, especially this late in the game, because at one point they might have shaken last end if it went to West. But they're still in it.
Second shot coming up here now for Neenah. West has the hammer. First shot, this is Della Ferguson. Here's second.
It's a nice draw. And again, partially covered there.
Yeah, to me, the scoring here, we didn't cover the first two ends. You know, we start with N3. Part of it has to do with preparation with all the technical things that are involved here. But part of it too is people will watch for a couple hours. And
Yeah.
curling competition like this could go a little more.
Yeah.
So if you start in N3, you're getting within your 2 hour limit kind of thing. And so sometimes I will watch the first two ends just to get acquainted. And this morning that wasn't the case. So by the time we got going, it was 6-zip.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. No, it was 6-zip after 3, so it was
Oh, it was 2-0.
2-0 after 2. Yeah. Yeah. We came in and Neenah had a rough end.
Yeah.
N3 was 4-zip, and they had the opportunity right there to at least leave it to 1 or even get, and they didn't, and that changed this whole game. Okay, second shot for Kurth. Allison Kurth. Not a lot in the house yet.
No. It looks like Neenah's been throwing pretty light here. Wes has the advantage that they've been able to practice on this ice.
Mm-hmm.
This is the ice that they use all year round. Neenah, I don't even think are in the same division usually. We don't play them at Everest except during states or during different Bonspiels.
Okay.
So Neenah rarely comes here to this specific.
To 2. Even if Neenah scored a couple, that'd still be big time uphill. Especially against a team as talented and experienced as West.
Yeah.
Well, we're back to the yellow. Neenah. This is the first shot for LA Surprise.
They're going in for the draw again, just trying to get it in the house.
Mm-hmm.
It's in.
It's a count. It's there. It has at least a purpose or a function in the scoring. Not by much. Some.
Well, when stones like that make it easy, you have plenty of options if you want to raise one in or use the roll off of it.
Right. It has more function than it looks as just where it is.
Yeah.
This is Maya Hoff. Her first shot. Again, West has the hammer here because Neenah scored 1 back in end 6.
It's a good shot.
Yeah.
Didn't change too much, but
No. I think that hammer is going to come into play,
yeah.
Margaret, in this one. I really do. You've got Ella Wendling as the skip for West, and with her experience and skill, they're going to have a hard time scoring more than 1. They scored 1 in the last end.
Yeah.
And they scored 1 back in end 4. That's been it.
Neenah keeps up, but Wes is just narrowly.
Yeah.
knocking them away. For every good shot Neenah has, Wes has another 2.
Mm-hmm.
Although that was a great shot.
There. Can't fault that one. There again, I think the third and the skip for Neenah have done a nice job overall.
Yeah.
Second shot here for Maya Hoff. It must be early in the morning. It's quiet.
Yeah. I know, there's not a lot of commotion out here.
Yeah, and there's a good crowd. I mean, behind us, down below in the bleachers, that you can see through the glass. I mean, yeah.
Honestly, I'm a little surprised they haven't done a timeout yet. I know.
There hasn't been one.
Yeah, there has not.
I didn't think about it. You're right. There hasn't been. No timeouts.
Which, honestly, even if you know what shots you have to make, it can be a good strategic strategy just to
Take a break.
Yeah, take a little break, pause.
Okay, now we go with Oltzinger. First shot, the skip for Neenah. They're counting 2 right now. They're 2 count, I should say. And that would be enough probably to keep going.
Yeah.
I don't think 1 would be, or not, giving up anything right now to West would end it.
Even if they can tie it by the 8th end, they can always go into that extra 9th end.
Oh, yeah. And there are 16 rocks, 8 each.
Yeah.
So.
Well, looking a little light there.
It might be in play as a guard, but okay. Let's see what Ella decides to do. Her and Maya Hoff, who's now the acting skip. Their decision's been made. She'll come back to the hack and go through her rhythm routine. Looks like ends 1 is done. We can't tell anything else about what's going on down there.
No.
From our vantage point. So we have to focus too.
Yeah.
Margaret. Helps us focus.
Let's.
I think she's going to have enough weight here to make something happen.
Yeah, maybe a raise.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the sweeping is helping. Well, this is interesting.
Might have been a little light there.
Yeah. Okay.
They still have hammer, though.
Yeah, they have hammer. Neenah's sitting 2.
Looks like Neenah's going in for the guard, I would think.
Well, I think if they get those 2,
yeah,
we can move on. I mean, they can say, oh, yeah, we have a chance. But if not, it's handshaking time.
Yeah.
But I do give Neenah some credit. They were down 6-0.
Yeah.
So they've played even since. 2-2 since.
They keep West on their toes, even with West being such a good team.
Mm-hmm.
They're still holding on tight to their 2 points. A little heavy for a guard. I think they're going in for a draw then.
Yeah, it's going in there, and it's not going to be a bad shot.
No, that was a beautiful shot. Now they're sitting 3. The only thing is West has that hammer, though.
Well, let's see what Ella does. Ella Wendling, the skip for West. Team up 8-2. Possible 3 count for Neenah, which would move us to end 8 with a 3-point deficit for the Neenah girls. Ella, of course, is capable of changing that.
Yeah, she's shown that all game. Her shots have been on point pretty much the entire game.
Yeah. She didn't waste any time.
Nope, she's got the weight there. In for a double take. That was a beautiful shot.
So they get they get 2. Right?
Yeah.
2 count. So they may move on.
At this point in the game, it's up to Neenah whether they want to keep playing.
Right.
It's a gentleman's sport, so West
Right.
can't say anything about ending.
Right. Yeah, that's the call.
Skips are going down to the other end, though. I think they're going to keep going.
I think so too.
Yeah. I would.
Yeah, I think so too.
Going into the 8th end, all they got to do is tie it up, which easier said than done, but
The other factor here, you know, they could start end 8, and when they mathematically can't win anymore, shake. And I've
True.
seen that happen.
yeah.
You know, because it's a matter of mathematics here. On if you're down by 4 rocks and you don't have 4 rocks left, and there's nothing in there, then it, you know, you're
Yeah.
not going to win. But most of the time, they will just finish it up.
It's good practice, that, and
Yeah.
they might want to just have their score look a little better. They
Right.
can finish it up, finish 8-6.
Well, you take away the first 3 ends, Neenah has outscored West.
Yeah.
They were down 6-zip at one point, and now it's 8-4. So they have outscored them. So they're not a bad team.
No.
They just had that one end where they left 4 sit,
Yeah.
and they had the opportunity to do something with it. They didn't, and so that changed the perspective and, you know, and the outcome back, basically. But it's not over.
It's not over. If they can.
Well, the last 3 ends now, they have scored.
Yeah. They're holding on tight.
And they've stole
Yeah.
all those points. So that tells you they did have some skill, and they're using it, coming back against what I think is a very, very good West girls team.
Yeah.
Experienced, skilled curling team.
Again, and they're going in for the timeout right now.
Yeah.
Taking that break.
Mm-hmm.
If they can just keep their momentum, Neenah's got a real chance.
Yeah, they have to, but we're going to have to keep track of rocks.
Yeah, absolutely.
See where they are. Got to have enough left in there to score 4 points. They don't need 5 to win. They just need 4 to tie. We haven't had a game go beyond the normal 8 in high school that in this tournament that I'm aware of. But again, there's a lot going on those 8 ice sheets
Yeah.
that we don't know about. I mean, they do keep on the monitors downstairs. They have some monitors that keep track of the wins and losses for the different brackets.
Yes.
The girls' brackets, the boys' brackets. For example, Neenah and West are in the bracket with Portage 2 and Lodi. Okay.
Yep.
And West is 1-1. Neenah's 0-2.
I think Portage 2 is 1-1.
And then Lodi, we could mathematically figure that out, but we don't need to. But You know, another bracket is Poynette, Partyville, Waupaca, and Wausau West 2. And a third bracket in the girls is Wausau East, Portage, Partyville 2, and DC Everest.
Yeah.
And the other one is Stevens Point, Kimberly, Marshfield, and Medford. And those are draw. They have to qualify for the draw to be a part of it. But they don't seed like, you know, most sports do. There's no seeding taking place for the start of this.
Right. West started off right away with a draw in Neenah's Got Nothing in the House. Again, in this end, Neenah's they gotta play aggressively if they want to catch up.
We've got a lot of curling left today. 3 more competitions. Semifinal, final.
Yeah, we got some exciting games coming up.
Oh yeah.
Here we go, Neenah's getting a stone in the house. It's not count, but it's there.
Yeah. You know, West could play a takeout game.
They could, yeah. Or honestly, as long as West keeps them below 4 stones in the house.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's an option.
Yeah.
Second shot. For West, Allison Kurth.
To draw in, it's a little heavy though, so it'll go right through.
Yeah, the weight wasn't there that they wanted.
No.
Yeah, you see the score back there. You know, it's an interesting setup to figure out because there for a while there was nothing in yellow at all.
Yeah.
And that's easy to say, okay, yellow hasn't scored.
Looks like a nice draw.
Yeah, okay.
It sat right where that red was.
Yeah. Well, they've got 2. And we're going to keep count of the count.
Yeah. This would be a great chance for West if they wanted to start that takeout game.
Yeah, right now. Right now. Allison Kurth. You know, it's interesting. West has the hammer, and so no matter what happens here, they have an opportunity to undo it.
Yeah. Looks like they're going in for the take. And it was a beautiful shot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you count how many rocks are left for Neenah to release. They've got 1 rock in there, and you count them back there. They're including the girl that just released. You have 5, so they still have a chance.
They gotta get 4 of those, and they have 1 in the house right now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Plenty of weight.
The line looks pretty good. It's not gonna stick though.
No. Okay, so now that's 1 less. I'm not even looking at the count. I'm just trying to look at how many are in the house.
Yeah.
That could be count.
And at this point, Neenah's got to get all 4 of their stones remaining in that house.
In the house. Yep. Yeah, the last game we did last evening, it was, still can't believe it was 7-0, and they came back and it was 9-8 finish.
Yeah. And Wes is not letting him do another takeout there. got a guard's hit. And
Mm-hmm.
although Neenah could go in for a nice little heavy draw, and they could sit right on that stone.
Yeah, this is the first shot for their third. By Skip. And now weight comes into play. They can't let them slide through. They can't leave them out on top, although they would still be in play.
Yeah. Looks like they're just letting it go. A little heavy there.
Yeah. See the skip Wendling for West. Well, this might be a count. Again, that camera up above is misleading.
Yeah.
All it has to do is touch that 12-foot. All right. Mayhoff, the third for West. This end is going quickly. They're not wasting any time.
And I don't know if that's West is doing, trying to keep Neenah on their toes.
Yeah.
Not giving them time to think,
Right.
but it's a good draw by Rex.
So that takes, I mean, look at what Neenah has.
Yeah.
Not only do we have to get enough rocks in, but they have to be count.
Yeah.
And right now,
They're not.
they've got two counts that aren't going to be in the
We, of
in
course,
play.
can't see all of the guards, but
Yeah.
they would have to try and take out the two that are sitting right now.
Well, we're getting down to Neenah's got what, three rocks left. The one that surprise is sending down the ice, and then the two for the skipper off to the left. You can see him
Yep.
down the circle.
She's got good weight on this shot. Sweeper's running to keep up with it.
You better hit something or it's gone.
Yeah.
Well,
A little wide there and needed to curl a bit more in.
the most they could do right now is tie.
Yeah.
That's it. My guess is they'll just play on till the end.
That's what I'm thinking they're doing.
And we'll be able to tell when we see some smiles on the West
Yeah.
girls team. Rink, foursome.
Both teams are probably getting tired at this point.
Oh yeah.
Long game, and they probably haven't eaten much. It's early in the morning.
No, that's
It's right through there.
straight through. Doesn't matter really.
Is Neenah going for the take here? I don't know.
Well, the Neenah girls know the situation, obviously, but they just want to continue this experience of
Yeah.
playing in this tournament.
Well, most of the girls on Neenah, they're seniors. This is going to be their last game, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Unless they're going on to play in college.
Yeah, and they got three seniors.
Yeah. All except for their skip.
Mm-hmm. Well, they want to make sure, again, it's strong enough, heavy enough,
Yeah.
but again, it's, you know,
And that one there was really narrow.
yeah.
Hit the guard up top.
Mm-hmm. The other factor here, it's not a factor anymore in the final outcome, is the fact that, you know, West has the hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Neenah's got one shot and Wes has the hammer after that.
Yeah.
So honestly, Wes can pack the house if they really want to.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. Well, the goal for Neenah in end 8 was to fill the house, and they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
A lighter shot here. I don't know if they're going in for the guard to try and plug up that port that Neenah had been drawing through, but yeah, that's what it looks like. It's a little slow.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's another example. Neenah might have 1 or maybe 2. Doesn't matter as far as the outcome, win or lose, but you know, they have to think we outscored them. We stole 4 ends in a row.
Yeah.
Just got too far behind.
This can be the last shot for the Neenah skip. Honestly, they can just try and end on a high note here. I don't know how many guards they got up. I would try and just draw around and see if you can maybe sit 1.
Put 1 on the button, right?
Yeah.
Finish with that.
Nice button
Little
shot.
consolation prize.
Yeah.
Looks like it's plenty of weight.
Oh, yeah.
They're running to keep up almost.
I would think they're going for a takeout here.
Yeah.
And it hits.
Okay.
They got West down to 1 point.
Yep. Okay. In some ways, I appreciate the fact that they're continuing on, given the importance of a state tournament and just being a part of it. You know, to finish, they know they're not going to win. They're not going to be in the finals. They know they're going to be in the finals.
Yeah.
But, you know, and another part about this whole thing here is they go in the cafeteria and they share tables and talk and visit after, get more acquainted off the ice.
Yeah, I know there's a few teams here that I played 2 years ago, and even ever since, I still see them and I go, oh my gosh, hey!
Yeah.
And you run up to each other and you'll eat together.
Sure. Yeah, it's the social aspect of curling.
Yeah. You can have a team wrap the board on you, and then you go outside and they'll eat lunch with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good shot.
There, now you can hear the West folks
Yeah.
congratulating on the handshake. Well, we finished game 1 on this final day of the state tournament from the Wausau Country Club, or Curling Club, not Country Club. The final score
9-4, it seems.
9-4. So West did score that last rock for Margaret Erickson, and we thank you very much, Margaret.
Yeah,
Appreciate
of course.
it. Enjoyed it with you. The final 9-4 West over Neenah. For Wausau Area Access Media, until next time,
Yeah.
take care.